It is Friday, it is misty, but above that all, I hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing fine. It is weekend. We're going to enjoy another episode. Now, before I turn around and show you my two secret off-camera project, I just want to say that for today, we are going to work on to these shops and tomorrow too. Now, I also have a couple of comments. The first one is of Marek Pavlik, if I pronounced it the correct way. I'm glad you figured out the way of putting those scrubs there. When you place trees, scrubs, flowers somewhere via a blueprint, they won't grow. So you can possibly use some young trees that way too. Thank you much for that comment. I'll keep that in mind because putting down some other kind of growing stuff would make the game a lot more different than always looking at the same thing. We have a comment of Fat Wife saying, "Dude, I have been really enjoying your island video. I'm excited to see how the whole town comes together." Thank you for that nice comment. Then JDBL is saying you could have used the saw to cut the tree down. It was literally in your inventory. Also, what did you use for the sign at the blacksmith shop? Just asking because you've inspired me to build basically my replica of your shop, same color and everything, mostly. Because I'm very uncreative. Anyways, would like to know what you've used for the sign. I already talked to JDBL. I feel honored that he likes to make a replica. It's getting misty of the building. You're right, I could have saw the tree down. Only the problem in this game is there's no tool just yet to get safely rid of the tree stump without breaking everything around it. So that was my reason why I removed those fences first and then cut it down those trees. And with that being said, let's turn around right now. Here are the two off-camera buildings that I have been making. I wish there was no mist, but I'm not going to change the weather. I actually been placing this screenshot into the Discord. I was teasing people. I wanted to do a little mini game like guess what I'm building. It was quite difficult. I told people don't look at those blocks, but think about those colors. What could it be? And so on and so on. And at some point people could have used Google for that. It was actually a fun project. This is a thing that I wanted to place down from GTA as well as from real life. One of the reasons is also that in real life you have the Ferris wheel theme park onto the pier, and then you have these buildings just a little ahead from it. Now, to be real honest, I just placed this building before recording. I placed all of the resources needed for it down here. So I haven't finished the backside just yet. That is not into the blueprint because I didn't calculate how much space I had between in. As well as for this guy. This is all built later on. I still want to change something because on the picture the pillars are actually all the way to the corner, so I can just remove some of these blocks and yeah, be making this a bit longer. I hope you guys like it. It took a lot of work though. Even though it is almost perfect, I later on seen a picture of the other side of these buildings. The picture that I used was actually from this angle, and from this angle right up on top, right down here, this part of the building is moved that way, right? That's why you have an inclined roof. But apparently on the other side, that piece of building there, oh, this cleared up, is all the way to the edge here. So that is the only mistake I have been making. Now, of course, these houses don't have any interior. They don't even have a front door because I think the front door is here at the side. And from the pictures I couldn't really tell. Yes, there's a back door, but I've used some carpet to cover up the inside as well as for this one. Now there is one other thing. These palm trees, I don't like it. I mean, I do like to have them at the side, but they are so close up to the buildings that I start to be annoyed by it. And what I think, now I have two options, alright? Option number one is I'm going to need to move all of these plots one stone offside so they hit this line down here. So this stone down here will be gone. Or what I can also do is place them in the middle of the pathway. Kinda is. I mean, this is the middle, right? So here's my question for you guys. Would you want me to move them up to the side? Or should I be placing it in the middle of the pathway to give just a little more breathing space from the buildings and a little bit of a better view of what is going on onto those buildings? Now I need to think of more off-camera project, but I'm also going to need to do a lot of playing around with the editor if it's about making furniture for the blacksmith shop and or the store. Maybe I'm gonna try to get as much done for today as possible for the clothing store. And I also had an idea for the you know, for the little place where you fit in clothing. It's like a little thingy and you go in there and then you close it up. I have no idea what it's called in English, but I thought maybe I could use this stuff in order to make like the curtain. Well, kind of. Right, open the store. I'm going to need to have a lot more of these mushrooms in order to change the sign for a bit, but it will be fine at some point. Now, right in here, we're going to need to colorize the area. We need to colorize the walls and see if we can make something nice out of it. Changing room. Okay, thank you, Google. So apparently it's just called a changing room. I was thinking about, I don't know, some other word. I thought it has its own words, but apparently not. Maybe it does. If anyone knows that, tell me down below in the comment section. Well, the double walls are a good thing, at least on this side, since I'm making like a different kind of building on the other side of this wall. Or at least the interior of the building will be different. It will be like an old pub, where the seaman or sailor man or whatever you want to call that will grab their drinks. But the best thing is also about this mini game that I gave people to guess what I am building is that some of them came up with certain ideas which would be a good idea to add into my world. For example, someone was thinking that I was making folded clothing. So I'm thinking maybe we should have on the wall like a stick coming out and hang up some jackets or t-shirts or pants, and then above that we should have like a plank with something that looks like a folded clothing, right? My guess is this, that, and this. Now the only thing that is need to happen, or yeah, the amount of space. So we have at least place for oh, we could do of course this and then move it up, something like that. So there will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Move that inwards for a bit. There might be a bit of a problem here. You know, I think something is popping up in my head. Something, and we have tons of resin, right? And resin might be able to use as filling in the blank piece. Alright, so far I have this. Now I don't want to make the sides look, you know, even thick like the others. So I have an idea of using a sign, something like this. And then we have a nice side. Now of course this will cost a bunch of nails and planks and that kind of stuff, but it is okay. If I would hold Ctrl, select everything and then unselect, guess, and then take that one. So now if we have, oh snap, the right part selected, you can just copy and paste this all over the place, and there we go. We got a changing room. Oh man, this adds so much color and non-color to it. I love it. Now I could have made actually a shop underneath. Who knows for the future. Alright, for a, you know, like a garage sale or something. And there we go. We got our changing room, which is just perfect. I mean, look at it. Perfect height, the curtain is long enough. Been a little bit tight in here, but this will do, right? Perfect. Now I was also thinking maybe I should add in some trendy carpet or something like You know what this could do? Let's grab one of these, and that is just perfect. Only I'm not sure if this will fit in though. Alright, clothing store. I'm just gonna grab something like this and that, just so we have something to work with. We can also do this, that, and that. But first, let's grab one of these. Need to have something more simplistic in the back. I'm not quite sure about that one though. I need to get some inspiration off from clothing store what they have hanging about. Alright, idea number 2. I have been saying that a character is a little bit, well, kinda like 5 blocks high. Kinda, so I'm going to take the half of this block, and then I'm going to take that this is the character. Give it a slight rotation here. That's nice and inclined. Then we're going to need to have pieces that is going to fit. Now of course we have little edges here, but no one is going to notice except for us. Let's just place it out here. Yeah, that is perfect enough space. We also have space to, I don't know, make a mannequin with clothing on or something. 8 of these. A bit of glass, and there we go. Beautiful. Alright, let's place this flag. Always make it face east from you while you're looking from the south to the store. That's from now on how I'm going to remember. And how about right down there? How about that? Perfect? Just perfect. Look at you. Okay, I need to harden out some stuff, and then it will say, yo, talk to this dude. He's a little far off, but yeah, this is correct. This is correct. Cotton seeds, cloth. Now, my only thing here is that the shelves are not like, ooh, very big, you know? That is the only thing that I find a bit of a bummer. Yeah. Well, we could try to max it out for a bit, and then it's like a nice hat on the shelf. A captain's hat, a blue one. And mind you, this looks a lot better. I forgot that, you know, I can better just go into the editor. Don't ask me what it is. Maybe you can come up with something. Maybe these are like folded up socks or underwear in the back, or maybe those bronze little Motion hats. I don't know French. But yeah, there you go. We have another thing. I have a couple more ideas laying inside my head. Something like that, you know, display some repair stuff for your clothing. Okay, yeah, okay. Now I need to mark off the area. Is it a 2, a 3? Is it... Okay, it is just like that. Alright. Oh snap, there we go. Alright. Not quite sure who folds his t-shirts like that, but I'm just gonna take it here. And what we can do... I'm not gonna do it in here because I'm not sure what I have or what I haven't. That is going to be a little bit like, I need to hang it up myself. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, just need to take care. It's gonna be a bit of an off-camera thing. That stuff at least is not touching each other, and it will count for all of these things. But before continuing, I would just like to make another thing, because we also have pants, and pants I want to have that on a, you know, like an island type of deal, and then we act like the water. Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, we could have 2 sections on each side, I'll guess. Alright, there is one for the pants. Now, I am still not done. There is one more thing that I would like to have. And of course, we need to also mind up something for the shoes here. Paint it all like that. And now we have like a nice stand to put some stuff on there. Alright. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Starts to become something. Oh man, can you imagine everything being filled up with clothing? I am going to need to, you know, harden out some items here and there. Oh, definitely starts to become something here. I feel like I need to create something with a plant and then somehow put it all over the wall. It's definitely going to be a bit of a project though. And so many hours later, I have put everything in the store that I own. Well, let me just show it to you. Like that. I know it might not seem like a lot, but trust me, it is a lot of stuff. And of course, now I can just collect more stuff and hang it all up to the wall. So I don't have any more places for the helmet, so I just put them down here. With a couple of shoes around, more space for shoes. Get all the pants hanging. Some of the clothing down here, of course, it is a little bit difficult to, decide where it's supposed to be. But I try to, have certain costumes placed together. Like these ones. All of them. And I got a lot more space. Of course, I also place some special items off the store. You can just mind up yourself, whatever that is. I got this thing down here. Yeah. Absolutely nice. Now, the only thing that I am going to need to do is just mind up something in order to, fill in the sky for a bit. Have something going on onto the wall. That side is okay. Maybe I can add in some sort of decoration, maybe mirrors. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, but maybe you guys can also help me out. And of course, this doormat down here, I thought that would be cool. Have it like that. Yeah, and of course stands. I got so much stuff to figure out, but I'm happy so far with the progress. And then, yeah, let's see what we can do for tomorrow's episode in here and or in here. Because over here, I'm going to need to drop down a bunch of stuff too. And then these two stores are ready. I mean, look at that. It looks nice, right? Right. Well, that will be that.